And now, for your listening enjoyment, we bring to you the Blazing Defender Report with your host, Travis Jones. It's still so weird to me. One day, when the show makes it huge, I'm going to have a little midget that it's going to be his job. He's going to be my co-host, and he's going to do that, and it's going to be awesome, I promise. No offense to any midgets, short people, dwarfs, whatever you're supposed to be called. I apologize. What the hell is going on? BDR crew, what's happening? I know, what the hell? You were like, dude, I thought you died or something. Where you been? I have been dealing with some audio issues. I have a new microphone. See the light? Look, I got a light on this one. What the hell? Yes. You can say little or no production value on this show, but we mean it. We totally mean it. No, I got a light, so this has got to be a better mic, right? No, we're trying this microphone out. I hope it helps. It can't get any worse, right? So, and that just in, we are the number one show on YouTube. The number one show on YouTube, this is no shit, with little to no production value. Hey, man, you got to start somewhere. Set your goal real low and then strive to hit it lower. So, and that's what we're doing here in the BDR report. No, all jokes aside, really not a joke, but glad to be back. I've been wanting to do a show for several weeks now. There's been numerous things that have happened, as thus in life. So I'm back. I have a huge stack of comic. I'm not even doing all the comic reviews, but I do want to talk about the new number ones that have came out this week. I want to talk about Secret Wars, since so much of the stuff that we're reading stems from Secret Wars. I went to Wizard World this past weekend, had a great time, scored some loot from Wizard World. I want to show you guys that. I want to show you another figure that I got for my collection. And what the hell? I never collected figures till I started this show. Well, I mean, look at this shit behind me. I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, look, I got Galactus. Galactus says hello. What show can you watch where Galactus waves to you, damn it? No show. There's no show. You show me a show that has Galactus in the background waving to you. No show. No show. Number one show where Galactus waves to you. How about that? All right, guys. I'm hyped up. Got my Caribou Lou going on, because you know I gotta have my drink before the show goes on. 151 rum Malibu juice. And if you don't know, now you know. And just for the guys who don't know, here we go. Uh-oh, hot now the clothes, you know. All right, that's enough of that. All right. Thank you, Tech9, for allowing me to play that. Please don't sue me. No, I don't know what it is about that song, but I get all amped up, and I got to go get my 151 and Malibu rum and pineapple juice and make me a little drink. But no, really, huge stuff, a lot to talk about. I took some questions. Some people have been giving me questions, asking me questions on Twitter. It's like, I think people think like I'm something bigger than I am. Like, I had a buddy say, I was at a wedding not too long ago, and a friend said, "Oh, who's that guy over there?" And he goes, "Oh, that's a friend of mine. We're on the fire department together." And she goes, "Oh, really? Well, he has a beard. What's going on with that?" And he goes, "Oh, well, he's injured and he's been off, but he started a podcast." And she goes, "Oh, he must really be somebody." It doesn't get it. I can't make this shit up. I can't make this shit up, guys. But yeah, no. But people have been asking me questions on Twitter through instant message, through on my Twitter page. So if you don't follow my Twitter, it might be good for a laugh for you. I don't know. It's Blazing Defender Report at Twitter. Get on there, check it out. You can also go to blazingdefender.com. I post some polls. I love to have your feedback. It makes for a better show. But yeah, I'm like, what the hell? So I have some of their questions down here. that I said I would air it, and I would give them some props, and so we're going to do that toward the end of the show. So stick around. If you can get through all the bullshit, all the comic shit that you're probably watching this show for, that might be kind of entertaining for you. So I'm going to adjust this just a little bit. Like I said, guys, no production value here. None whatsoever. I got a light on my microphone. Well, you can't even see it now. I screwed that up. Let me go back. Boom. Shit. Fuck it. All right, let's get started. First, some shout-outs. Real quickly, this isn't Joe Rogan's podcast, so I'm not going to spend 20 minutes in the beginning giving shout-outs to sponsors. I don't have any sponsors, so that's good. Not really. But I want to give some shout-outs to some people that have really helped me from the Helicarrier Network. This is a network that hasn't started yet, so I'm getting you in on the ground floor, damn it. You heard it here first. These guys have been doing this a lot longer than me. I just kind of feel like I'm riding on the coattails of some of these guys because they've been in the business, the podcasting, video casting business for a long time. But it's the unofficial podcast of Marvel Avengers Alliance, which is a Facebook game. It's a really good podcast. 3 guys. They do an excellent job. Please check them out from the Helicarrier. They're starting a network. Hopefully my show will be involved in that umbrella of other shows which is weird because some of the shows like Marvel Cinematic Universe, I've listened to as long as I've been listening to from the Helicarrier, and now they're coming in under the umbrella. So it's really cool stuff happening. But I want to give a shout out to those guys, Charles McFall, Paul Klotz. Thank you guys a lot for all the help that you've given me and continue to give me getting my show off the ground. Comic Jacked on Facebook. It's a Facebook group. It's a closed group, but please ask for an invite. I'm an admin as well. I'll let you in. All are welcomed. I think we've only had to kick a couple people out, and it's because they were douchebags. So don't be a douchebag. It's a good rule for life, not only for Comic Jack group, but for life. Don't be a dick. But check that out. They do some great stuff on there as far as debates on Aquaman versus Namor or Squirrel Girl versus Galactus. And I mean, some of the arguments, man, they get really into it. It's awesome. I troll it all the time. And I say troll it. I don't even know what the hell that means. I use that word all the time like I know what it is. I don't. But I scroll down. I very seldom comment because it gets heated. I don't want nobody, coming to my house trying to kick my ass. So I got enough of that shit as it goes. So, but anyway, Comic Jacked on Facebook. Toys, games, video games, whatever you want to talk about, man. If you're a geek, we're your jam. We're your people. All comments are welcome. Bring it, and we'll sort the shit out later. A new shout out group I want to give a major hand to is Frederick Debo Jr. I don't know if that's his name or not, but that's a cool ass name if it is. He has a group called The Great Superhero Debate 2015. Check his shit out. He posts a lot of cool stuff. I think he's a big DC fan. I think he's a big Batman fan, which I am too. So that makes us people. That makes us buddies. But he does a lot of good stuff on his page. I enjoy it. It's not convoluted. It's just really cool stuff, and it speaks to me. So check it out. It's something you may like too. And with that, the shout-outs are done. Boom. See? Look at that. I'm done. We're out. We're moving on. Big, lot of stuff to talk about, so I got to get going. All right, Wizard World this past weekend. Man, had a great time at Wizard World. Me and my buddy Sam went. He's one of these guys that every cosplayer he sees, he has to get a picture with. So let me tell you, we took a ton of pictures. I bet 35% of the crowd was dressed up, and some of it was so awesome. And let me segue that into the Ohio River Valley Cosplayers Group, which I think they have shortened their name. I hope to God they've shortened their name, or they should just be called the SHIELD acronym, whatever the hell that is. Like nobody knows. But anyway, they had several people there. One of their members won best costume. It was this huge Captain America outfit. I don't know if it was made out of polyfoam or what, but he walked around in it and his arms were this big around. It was awesome, man. They were all dressed really, really cool. In the future, I want to have a couple of these guys on. One of my cousins is in the group, Ryan. Gastinger. I like to have him on the show just to talk about cosplay. I think that would be really cool, kind of a change up from the norm. But there were so many cosplayers at this thing, man. And I mean, it was like, it wasn't Halloween, guys. It wasn't some Halloween shit. They didn't go to the Walgreens clearance aisle and get a bunch of Halloween shit. I mean, this is stuff that people took time on. Oh, and guys, you like chicks? I hope you do if you're watching this show. There was a lot of smoking hot chicks dressed up. Dude, this one chick had like, I don't know what the hell she was. She had like a triangle on her head. I don't know if she was like Magna or whatever the hell, some kind of Japanese shit. I don't know. But her head, she was an 8 with this triangle on her head. I mean, her body was unbelievable. I mean, it was just really, I mean, it's cool, man. If you've never been to a Wizard World or a Comic-Con, you should go. Try to go on Saturday. That's usually when the cosplay contest is. Try that. Take your kids. It's very family friendly for the most part, unless you come towards the Blazing Defender booth, which we're explicit as hell, as you could tell. But I mean, it's a lot of fun, man. Please go. Take your family. You don't have to be into comic books. You don't have to be into action figures like a total nerd. But just if you like people watching, do you go to Walmart? Okay. If you go to Walmart and you're like, oh my God, you should see this chick at Walmart. Go to a comic convention. It's a Walmart times a million, like exponentially. It'll blow your brains. All right. You know the commercial where the people's heads pop off? That's what your head will do if you like to people watch. Cause it's, I mean, I'm used to it and I still like, oh my God. My neck's sore by the time I leave, but a really, really good time. But what I want to show you is I want to show you some things that I got. I have not seen this. I've been to several conventions in the last 6 months. I have not seen this. I didn't even know. I guess I knew they made it. I don't know. But I seen it, and I was like, holy shit, I got to have it. And I bought it. It's a Marvel Select figure. If you know anything about them, well, I'm about to show you. So you ain't got no shit. Cable. Check him out. He's pretty badass, right? My damn microphone in the way. But look at the detail on the face. Look at the pockets. It's definitely Rob Liefeld inspired, with the big pockets and the shells. But look at that gun. Was that awesome? That is so awesome. I loved it. Had to buy it. $25. Get out of here. The retail is $24.99, so stop it. This was a great find. Now, kind of not superhero related, but kind of superhero related. I'm a big Walking Dead fan, and the reason I want to preface this before I show you, I did not like Andrew Lincoln when he the first couple episodes of The Walking Dead. I was a fan of the comic book, and I said, man, I don't see this guy being Rick. I'm wrong, by the way. I'm wrong all the time on casting shit, and again, I was wrong. I love me some Rick Grimes. Man crush right here on Rick Grimes. Andrew Lincoln, you're killing it. I love it. He's hardcore badass. I mean, the dude probably weighs 170 pounds. He fights to win, and I like that. So when I seen this Todd McFarlane figure of Rick, I've been wanting it for a couple months now. And it's like, I've seen it go from $85 to $75 or $60. I'm like, I'm not paying that for it. Stole this mug. $25. Check this out. Look at that detail. Look at that detail. Coral. Dude, that's Rick. And check that out. He comes with another arm, and you can put his big 44 in there. Look at that. That's crazy. Crazy detail. The Todd McFarlane figures are really badass. Now, the one that I did not get that I'm going to be ordering very soon is Michonne. She just came out. She's in this badass samurai pose. She comes with another arm to where she's in a Misagiri position. Just smack me. Somebody should, like, my midget was here. He could have just smacked me just now for saying that. Like, I know what the hell I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. But it's like a defensive pose, and her sword's like this. It's a really, really cool figure. I'm going to be buying it for sure, but it just came out. But the McFarlane toys are super, super dope, man. So I had to have Rick. Got him at the con. Now, another acquisition that I got a couple weeks ago was a Disney exclusive. He was out of the box, which was fine with me because I couldn't keep something like that in the box. As you can see, I don't take a lot of things out of the box. I'm a big nerd like that. But this guy I had to take out because the coolest thing about him is out of the box. Now check this out. You all know I'm a huge Cap fan, huge Thor fan. Look at this guy. Whack! Mjolnir in your face, bitch. Look at that. Yeah. Looks like his hammer swinging. Is that dope? That's dope. And he's jacked. Look at that. Look at that tricep. Looks like a horse kicked him in the back of his arm. Yeah, man. Love it. Love that. Got it on eBay. Ripped the dude off, but I won the auction, so I don't feel too bad about it. But super hyped about Thor, just hammer swinging and shit that gets me hyped up. Imagine that, me being amped about something. But all right, that was Wizard World. Wizard World was a great time. Lots of cosplayers. Please go out and try to see one. Some have a lot of comics, some don't. This one did not. Maybe 3 or 4 vendors at the most. They didn't have a whole lot of stuff. But I forgot. I got this too. This has been so awesome. Now, this is kind of a segue into one of the Twitter questions. So just bear with me. Now you're going to think that cover looks gay as shit. Yeah. Okay. Well, whatever, man. See how big this is? This is Angel and Faith Volume 1. It's a hardback. It's huge. As you can see, look how big that is. The pages are high quality. This thing retails for $30. I got it for $10. Okay. And he had a bunch of stuff. A bunch of classic Ninja Turtles trades, all hardback. If you like the Joss Whedon TV shows, and I mean Buffy, Angel, this guy Christos Gage, he has their voice. Like, every time Angel speaks, Faith speaks, Giles speaks, you hear that voice from the TV show that you loved, you coveted so much. So I have loved this. This is the season 9, I believe. I believe this is Angel Faith season 9. And what I mean by season 9 is what happened is after the TV shows were canceled, Buffy was canceled in season 7. They started them back in several years later in the comic books. So they had a season 8 and a season 9. Now I believe they're on season 10. So the show just kind of went into another medium. And it's been great. And I'll tell you, in one of the books in my stack, that it got me back into reading the Buffalo Angel series. I love it. I love it. That was such a good steal, such a good find. So, I mean, go with an open mind. If you're looking for stuff like that, you can find stuff. I've seen a guy with a Carnage statue that I've seen go for $350. It's awesome. It's about this big. Where's my other hand? Jesus Christ. There we go. It's huge. Okay. He got it for like $130. Now you're like, what the hell? That dude's crazy. What can I do with $130? Well, he bought a statue with it. And it was a fucking steal. So, and he can put that thing on eBay for $150 anytime he wants. And if he does, I hope he lets me know because I'll buy it. But it was awesome. There were some really good deals at Wizard World. So you never know. Sometimes you get raped. Sometimes you don't. Thus is life. All right. Now, that is enough of Wizard World stuff. And I guess this wasn't a Wizard World take. I actually ordered this from my comic shop. And got fans of the show, let me put this down real quick. Fans of the show will know that I'm a huge Deathstroke fan. And I really like his new book. Some of the issues weren't so good, but as a whole, I love Deathstroke. I love his look. The artwork has been really, really good. They had a Gods of War trade paperback come out for Deathstroke, Volume 1 of the new run. Okay? This was what came with it. Can you see that? That's a mask, people. That is a mask. The trade is in there, but that's the mask, the Deathstroke mask. How awesome is that? Oh, man, I seen that and said, shit, I got to have that. So I love that. That's really cool. That might come out of the package. I don't know yet. We'll see. But that was something that I got a couple weeks ago from my comic shop. If you see something cool, like, okay, say you're watching this show and you're a big Deathstroke fan, or you just think that's cool and you want it, you can go to your local comic shop, tell the guy, hey, I've seen this Gods of War volume trade with the mask. Is there any way I can order it? And if there's any way possible that they can order it for you, they will. So please check out your local comic shop. With that note, let's get to the comic reviews, man. I've got a ton of comics here. Now, what I'm going to do is, this is how it's going to go down. I'm going to talk about Secret Wars first. If you've been listening to the show, you know Marvel has a big event going on right now called Secret Wars. It's basically their event that's going to reboot, I'm not Canadian, reboot their whole universe. All right? All the characters and everything that comes after Secret Wars is going to change. Now, here's where it gets massively screwed up. And Marvel, this is all on you. Secret Wars has not ended yet. There are 9 issues. Issue 7 just came out. It's been delayed into 2016. Hopefully, no later than January 2016. So we don't know how Secret Wars ends, which is a big deal. Because there are people dying in Secret Wars that we don't know if they're coming back or not. And they're getting number ones in this universe. The number ones for the new universe have already started coming out. And we don't know how Secret Wars ends. I mean, trust me, I'm kind of a stickler for continuity. And this is really screwing me up. All right, and in my review in Secret Wars 7, you're going to understand what I mean by that. Now, I have new books for the week that we will get into, but we're not doing that shit now. So let me put them there. I work with a very small, tight space here, guys. Okay, Secret Wars number 7. Let's just get into it. Let's break it on down. Awesome cover by Ross. I mean, Alex Ross, come on, man. He's a pimp. Okay, now, in this issue, I try not to spoil books. I want you to be just as surprised as I was. So what I'll tell you is that everybody's rebelling against Doom. His world, this manufactured world that he's made from bits and pieces of the Marvel Universe that has collapsed, it's falling apart on him. He's got people that made it through the destruction of everything. Some key players. If you've been keeping up, you know who they are. And everybody kind of has their own machinations going on as far as what their agenda is and how they're going to take Doom out. So evil Reed Richards, the Marvel Ultimate Universe Reed Richards, is working with our Reed Richards. And when I say our, I mean 616 Universe, which that means regular universe. Try not to confuse you, but it's probably already fucking too late, isn't it? All right, go get you some Malibu rum and make you a Malibu Lou. It'll all make it clear. Yeah. All right, I'm ready now. Okay, so in this book, you've got Maximus the Mad, Black Bolt's brother, who's a survivor. He's amassed this army taking on Doom. When the hell did that happen? Okay. Then you have Black Bolt, who Black Bolt has been saying he was the king of the dead since the Atlanteans destroyed Wakanda. Well, now all of a sudden, he's telling the zombies that are outside the wall what to do. If you're reading Secret Wars, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not reading Secret Wars, then go get it. What are you doing? Secret Wars has been really cool. I'm a little upset with this issue because I've read the spinoffs also, and it's not making any sense to me. I don't know where all this happened. When did Black Panther start controlling zombies? When did Maximus go get an army? The Thors have turned against each other. Now, Thors is one of my new books, issue 5. So I'm hoping that explains that schism with the Thor Corps. And then you've got Maestro. The last time we seen Maestro in his book, Future Imperfect, they tricked him into going down to the well and getting the destroyer armor, and he was going to be locked into this, like, basically a dream state for his entire life. Now, all of a sudden, the Maestro shows up in a helicarrier, which was pretty badass, I have to admit, and he's got an army of Hulks that were in the wasteland. When did the Maestro start controlling those guys? This shit pisses me off because I buy almost everything, as you'll see. And I'm reading these books, and where's my tie-in? Continuity. My keyword here. There's no continuity. I don't know what happened, and I don't know what book bridged all this together. It should have been this book, but it wasn't. It wasn't even the characters I'm mentioning, their individual book. So, pretty upset, as you can tell. You know, I'm usually pretty chill, but you mess with my comic books, and I get freaky bad. I'm pissed. But anyway, all right. So Secret Wars is ending. The new number ones are starting. Let's talk about some of those. And I'll talk about Captain America 1, which is our boy Sam Wilson, the Falcon. And I'll show you the cover of number 2, which, see the big split between him and Cap. All right, I'm trying to get through these reviews as fast as I can because we have so many. But basically, the bottom line is Sam Wilson has decided to get political. I'm sure you may have seen some of the stuff on Fox News. You probably thought it was The Onion, which a lot of people probably mistake Fox News for The Onion. I know I do sometimes. But that is, Sam has chose to get in this political arena where Steve Rogers never did. Steve Rogers was basically like, I'm staying out of it. I do what I think's right, America and all that. He leaves the politicians to do their politicking on their own. He never gets involved. Sam has decided the country is split down the middle. They need to be united, so he gets involved. Causes big trouble between him and Cap. This book's okay. D'Acuña's art is really good. It's kind of what keeps me on the book. Who's writing the book? I believe it's Nick Spencer. It is. But like I said, Daniel Acuña's art is what kind of keeps me interested. And I like this battle between him and Cap. I don't know where it's going, but I think Cap being the figure that he is and him staying nonpartisan was kind of a testament to his character. Now that Sam's chosen to get in it, I'm curious to see how he gets out or how well he does. So we're going to stick with it. All right, now, Angela, Queen of Hell. You're like, when the hell did this happen? It's a pretty cool cover. Angela is a badass. I mean, I will admit, but that's a really cool cover. I'm going to tell you right now, I did not like this book. And why I did not like this book is the art was okay. It jumped around. There's stuff that happened in the past. But I'll tell you what my problem is. My problem is I don't know how Secret Wars ended. Because Gamora and Angela have a huge brawl in Secret Wars, and it looks like Angela's done. So now she's Queen of Hell, and I know they're kind of going back on how she got it. Just didn't like it. It was choppy to me. I don't like that. The art was really good, but sometimes that doesn't carry a book. Ask Image Comics. All right, now, the number one, I had the number 1 here somewhere, but this is the New Avengers, number 2. I'll show you what that cover looks like. That is Evil Reed Richards. Okay, he is from the Ultimate Universe. You can always tell because he's got that crazy helmet on. All right, looks like a cone head. The reason I'm showing you number 2 is I could not find my number 1. I've read it. I've read both of them. Again, not impressed. The New Avengers, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. And you're like, well, why don't you like it? You gotta give me more than that. They make Cap an asshole. Old Cap. And I'm sick of old Cap. I'm sick of it. Bring Cap, the super soldier back, the super serum back to Cap. You know, he don't have to be Captain America. I mean, he could be a U.S. agent or he could be in the stealth suit and be still part of S.H.I.E.L.D. like he is. But I don't like this new Cap. What's his name does not know how to write Cap. And then Ewing. I mean, the only reason I buy this book is Ricardo Sandoval is an awesome artist. If you're a big fan of Joe Madureira's art, then you'll like Sandoval's art. He draws really good action. He draws really good characters. It's kind of got an anime look to it, but not. I think that's what I like about it is the not anime part. So it's really cool. I like it, but some people may not. This book, though, is struggling. It's issue 2. My rule is, and I start buying a book, I give it 3 issues. If you don't grab me in 3 issues or at least show me some light at the end of the tunnel, I'm out. Money's too important. Okay. Not read that. That's new. That's a new book. Drax, #1. Check this out. Drax is ripped. That's a cool cover, man. The artwork is really, really cool. And I'll tell you, it's CM Punk and Colin Bunn. CM Punk, I don't know. The story's not that detailed, so I don't know why I took 2 of them to write it, to be honest. And I don't know. But it's the Hepburn, the guy that did the art, Scott Hepburn. Really cool artwork, really good action scenes. Drax is doing what we like him to do. He's kicking ass, taking names. The Guardians are all kind of off doing their own thing. And Drax is kind of like, hey, you need some help? Hey, I'll go. And everybody's kind of like leaving Drax out in the cold. And I'm kind of like, man, that's not cool. Drax has got you back. You know, you always want a guy like Drax going to the bar with you, always. So Drax is sitting there in contemplation, and he's like, well, I'll just go kill Thanos. What? You know, yeah, he's good. That's his original job. He's Drax the Destroyer. Thanos is still around here somewhere. I'm going to go kill him. Well, then Rocket's kind of like, whoa, wait a minute, Draxy, old boy. Let's talk about this. I think I just gave Rocket a Scottish accent or something. I didn't mean to do that because Rocket would kick my ass. So he kind of goes and says, hey, man, look, I can't go with you because I got to do this stuff with Groot, but why don't you take this ship and be careful if you need us, call. So Drax does. The ship's a turd. Rocket said it was faithworthy. It was not. Drax ends up getting into some trouble, and he deals with it how you think Drax would deal with it. With his fists, with his knives, with his brawn. And I love it. It's really good. Out of all the #1s, it's one of my favorites so far, which is pretty sad, to be honest, because you got all these big books that have big #1s, and none of them have grabbed me yet. So, Drax #1. If you like to be entertained with violence and kind of some witty banner, because they make Drax sound like the Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy, the movie. They make him sound like Dave Bautista's Drax. He's very cut. He's very dry. So it's pretty cool. I hear that voice when I read the book. So I really liked it. Is it all my Marvel books? Okay. Last Marvel book that I'm going to review, Star Wars. You can see Chewie has entered the fray. He's looking for Luke. Him and C3 have found Luke. He's got a bounty hunter on his tail, and they get into a pretty nice little brawl. If you have not heard me, if you've watched this show, you know how much I love Star Wars. You know how much I love Jason Aaron as a writer. When I talk about people capturing the voices, he captures all the characters of Star Wars. C-3PO, Leia, Han, Luke, Boba Fett. I mean, it's like he's nailed it, man. I mean, we're issue 11, and he's nailed it. It's so good. You got Luke in an arena, pit fighting. You got a guy who trained him, which you didn't know if he was a Jedi or not. Come to find out, he is. Oh, I don't want to tell you that. Ha! Almost slipped up, yo, but I didn't. This book is amazing. It's one of my most favorite books. When I see it on the shelf each week, I'm like, yeah, or not each month. Each month it comes out. When I go to the comic shop each week and I see it, I get really excited because I know it's going to be good. So your $3.99 is well spent here on the Star Wars books and the Darth Vader books. So, you know, boom, there it is. All right, now I'm getting into my DC books. Deathstroke. Y'all know how much I love Deathstroke. Really good article here. This is kind of the aftermath of the God Killer Sword arc. Really, really cool. He's kind of getting involved with the Suicide Squad now. He goes and gets Harley Quinn because he thinks Harley has some information for him. She does not, but she kind of plays Slade into being violent, and it's really not that hard to do. And Harley's pretty crafty. So really cool issue. Again, not a whole lot of plot, not a whole lot of story, but I love Deathstroke and how they bring a lot of DC characters into play with Deathstroke, and that is really, really cool. So enough of that. Deathstroke, really good. Now, a book that you guys know that I'm loving the shit out of is The Midnighter. Midnighter is hella cool. And there'll be some people out there that'll be like, he's gay. Did you know he was gay? Yeah, I know he's gay, and I don't care. One thing, if he was a real dude, he would kick my fucking ass. Crush me. Crush you and everybody else. Midnighter is one of these guys that's damn near invincible, unstoppable. He's got a Wolverine-like healing factor. He has a computer brain that processes your next move. He'll process your next million moves in a millisecond. You can't even fathom that. You can't even fathom how bad that dude is. So to get in a fight with him is really kind of stupid. You ought to just take your own fist. Like if you had a big brother, like I had an older brother, and he would take your fist and he would just fucking pound you with it, and you'd be like, quit. And you'd be like, I'm not. You're punching yourself. Well, that's what Midnighter would do to you. He'd be like your big brother kicking your ass, and he'd be talking shit to you the whole time because that's what he does. That's what I love about him. He's awesome. I love the Midnighter. This book is really, really cool. It's been kind of following him and his paramour around as Midnighter hunts the God Garden's gadgets, and he's, fighting bad guys, making love. Fighting bad guys, making love. Well, you think, okay, if he's so damn tough, then who could beat him? Who wants a character like that that's damn near unstoppable? Well, Midnighter has a blind spot, and it's been exposed. Really, really cool stuff in Midnighter. And if you're a fan of Midnighter from the Authority series, they dive into his origin. We're getting closer and closer, but the ride that they're taking you on to this, eventually we're going to end there. But the ride they're taking you on makes you want to come back each month. Midnighter, one of the most underrated books of 2015. Boom. Right there. Said it. BDR approved, damn it. All right. Now, these next books are spin-offs from the Darkseid War that's going on in Justice League right now. Again, if you're a fan of the show, which you should be, damn it, what else you got to do? There was the Darkseid War between the Anti-Monitor, Darkseid, and the Justice League was kind of caught in the middle. A lot of fallout. I cannot even tell you what happened because it was so freaking huge. And if you read Justice League, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And you're sitting there and you're drinking your Caribou Lou and you're shaking your head going, hell yeah, Blazing Defender. You're damn right it was. It was crazy. What a great story arc Darkseid War was for DC, which DC has sucked for a long time. They're really trying to get their groove back with Darkseid War. Now, from fallout with that, you've got this. Number one, Darkseid War Batman. Basically is a god now. The god of knowledge. And he's taken the Mobius chair. He's went back to Gotham. Now he's fighting crime in a totally different manner. Very Minority Report, if you've seen that movie. He knows what you're going to do before you do it. So now he's stopping crimes before they happen. Well, that's great if you're the god of knowledge. But when you live in the real reality of innocent till proven guilty and all that jazz, there's a problem. Gordon has a talk with him. And Gordon is very much the voice of reason here with Batman, who's kind of lost his shit. Which, there's not much that I enjoy more than a Batman that's on point and has a plan for everything, and he's 2 steps, 3 steps, 4 steps ahead of you till he kicks your ass. The only thing I like better than that is a Batman that's losing his shit. And we've seen it before. It's awesome. You don't ever hardly see it. It's way past time for this. And he is drunk with knowledge. And speaking of drunk, Little Caribou Lou. All right. Very, very good. It's going to, all these number ones, the new gods is what they're calling it. And I've got 3 more I'm going to talk about. That's going to be continued into Justice League 46. So if you just want to get Justice League Dark Seed War and you want to get these number ones, you're going to be in a front row seat for a hell of a ride of a story. So the next one is Superman. Now, as you can see, Superman is inverted. And I say inverted, I mean like he's like translucent, black and white. This all happened on Apocalypse. He dived down into this chamber of like Apocalypse lava. I forget what they called it. Luthor kind of did it to him. Luthor's a bastard, man, I tell you. Explains all in Darkseid War. Superman comes out of this pit different. His cells have drunken in this solar apocalypse energy. It's chain suits. This is a really, really cool issue because we all know one of the things that I love about Superman is that he wants to be human, and he thinks he is sometimes, but he knows deep down that he's not human. And that is kind of like, okay, it's like a fat guy that gets skinny, but he still kind of sees the fat guy in the mirror. It's kind of like that. And that was maybe like a horrible analogy. I'm not trying to be insensitive, but I hope that makes a little sense. Now that Superman has drunken in this energy, it's kind of twisting him a little bit. He's basically like, I'm not like you. I'm not like you. I'm not like you. And some things happen in Metropolis. Some people are really in bad trouble. And he kind of doesn't care until he's alone. And then his wheels start to turn. So Clark is still in there, but he's fighting himself right now. Really cool. Again, continued in the next episode or next issue of Justice League. Now, the next god, the god of death. Yep, the Flash. The Flash ended up merging with the Black Racer. And the story is that Apocalypse somehow managed to control or catch Death. And he made him a horseman. The Black Racer, who's badass. He and Flash basically combined, all right, in Darkseid War. Again, explained all there. Now Flash is like, I don't want this. I can outrun Death. I'm that fast. Well, he kind of finds out that he may not be. And the rules have changed. And there has to be death. Like there has to be, for there to be life, there has to be death. It's the equation that it has to be to sustain existence. So Death is trying to convince Flash, look, man, you got to be a part. You've got to do this. There's no way around it. You've been chosen. Flash, being Barry, very smart guy, figures it out. I don't want to tell you how it ends. Does it end with him staying the god of death? Or does it end with somebody else becoming the god of death? Or does Barry have the shit under control? I don't know. Which is bullshit because I do know because I bought it and I read it and I do know. But I'm not going to spoil it for you because I want you to get it too. Really, really good. Out of the 3, man, I loved them all 3. Might have to go Batman because I'm just a big Batman fan. But if not Batman, it would probably be Flash because I thought it was really clever at the end on how the Flash ended up dealing with everything. Because, I mean, it's a pretty big fucking decision, right? All right. Now, if I had weird music, my little, acid jazz ukulele metal tune, this is where I'd play it. Again, no production value. I don't want to not be number 1 anymore, so we're going to not have any production value. But this is where I would cue that music because this is my indie corner. Because I had people say, you don't like indies. What you got against indies, man? That's bullshit. That's racist. And let me get on that subject for a minute. I'm so sick and tired of people being so scared to piss somebody off because your opinion doesn't match their opinion. All right? I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the race shit. All right? And you're going to go, well, you're white. No wonder. No, it's got nothing to do with it. There's one race. One. The human fucking race. All right? Black lives don't just matter. All lives matter. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of everybody being so PC that they're scared to have an opinion, or if somebody does have an opinion, they're chastised for it, they're crucified for it, they're fired for it. Tired of it. That's one of the reasons I love podcasting, because I can say what the fuck I want to say. And I hope I didn't piss you off, but if I did, maybe you need to look at yourself and ask yourself why you're mad right now. You know why I'm mad? Because I hate injustice. And I feel like that's injustice. People being so PC to where nobody can have an opinion anymore. All right? I guess the 151 is talking to me, because I hardly ever go off kilt like that. But I just did, and I'm okay with it. But back to my indie corner, damn it. See what indie books do to you? They make you angry. All right. Warren Ellis is on bond. That's a variant cover. The reason I bought the variant cover, it's not because I like it so much. I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, you can tell that's probably old Sean Connery Bond, which I think is pretty neat. It was sold out. Yeah, so good luck finding this. Pretty cool. If you like James Bond, it's like watching an episode if it was on TV. Of course, building to a much bigger story. This comic was a lot better than Spectre. Sorry, I said it. Very disappointed in Spectre. Love me some Daniel Craig. I think he's a fucking incredible James Bond. He's very cool in the movie, but the movie's riddled with holes. Riddled. And if I can see him, oh my God, you're probably going to hate it. So, not good. The Bond book, pretty good. We'll see. All right, hold that thought. Now, my next book. Yep, The Buster. Look at that cover. She's so badass. If you didn't watch the show, go buy them. I mean, you know, if you're watching this show, you're obviously a nerd, a geek, like me, and like everybody else that watches this show. Go buy season 1, and I won't even have to tell you to buy season 2. You're going to buy it. I had a roommate at the time when I was watching Buffy who made fun of me constantly. Like every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock, I'm watching Buffy. He was sitting there in commercial time because I'd kick his ass. I was bigger than he was. If he talked during the show, so at commercial he would ride me out, and I would let him. That's fair. That's fair is fair, and I'm all about that. Excuse me. In 3 episodes, I came home one day. We didn't have any plans. We hung out a lot together. And he goes, he had season 1 of Buffy on DVD. Catch me up, is what he said. And I said, put them in, dog. Let's do this. And he was a fan from then on. It's a great TV show. Again, like I said earlier, I'm not going to rehash it. The books are incredible. They speak just like the characters do. If you were a fan of the show, you've got to get to comic books. If it's the only comic book you get, if you're a fan of the show, you'll be happy. And that's my goal here, is for you to find something in the comic genre, in the comic medium that you like, and it brings you joy, because we're not on this earth long enough to do anything else but to be happy. Now, my next book is Paper Girls, #2. Brian K. Vaughan. If you know anything about comic books, you know Brian K. Vaughan is a outstanding character developer, character writer. The only reason I got on this book was Brian K. Vaughan. First issue, very, very good. The second issue is good, probably as good as the first, but this next issue needs to bring it. 3 issues, remember? It's very good. It's very good. The art's really cool. And I mean, check this out. She's a young girl, obviously. She's got her Walkman, because this is set back in the early 90s, late 80s. And she's got a gun. And that just pretty much tells you all you really need to know. I don't know if I believe there is a time travel element we haven't figured out yet. There may be an alien element we haven't figured out yet. He gives you glimpses because something's going on in this small town where these paper girls were out delivering their papers and they're seeing it. People are disappearing. Shit's going bad. And lo and behold, somebody finds an iPod. These things haven't been invented yet. So it's really cool. I'm curious to see where it goes. But I hope issue 3 really, really cracks the nut on this thing. Now, this book I'm about to show you, and I'm really glad it ended up being last. I didn't really plan it that way, but I'm really glad it is. I have fallen into the depths of nerdom. Like, it reached up, it grabbed me, and we're like, I try to remain cool. You know, I mean, I got a beard. I lift weights and shit. I drink beer. If somebody back talks me somewhere, I'm liable to hit them. I try not to, but a lot of times I want to. So I still try to consider myself tough and manly, even though I'm kind of a nerd. Well, I bought an Archie comic book. Let me put it down like that. Yep. But to make it manly, he is fighting the Predator. And the only reason I got this book is I heard how great it is. And I'm like, you're out of your minds. I'm not buying an Archie book. I have a buddy who read them. He's like, dude, I'm telling you, it's great. It's really, really, really good. It's funny. It's violent. It's not anything that I knew an Archie book could be. It's really, really, really good. And Mark Waid is on the regular Archie book. This makes me want to get into that. And I'm like, oh my God, I've fallen down a rabbit hole. So Archie versus Predator, there's only 4 issues. It's a nice change of scenery from the superhero books, as is Paper Girls. I should have said that about Paper Girls. Very nice breath of fresh air. Really, really cool stuff. So Archie versus Predator. Yeah. And I was not on any Percocet. I was not drunk. I did it soberly, and it was pretty cool. Now, the books that I bought yesterday, these are the new books that I just purchased. These will be reviewed for the next show, and I'm going to get back on a regular schedule, I promise. The first book I'm very, very excited about, Mark Waid, Kubert is on the art. Alex Ross cover, the all-new and different Avengers. And you can see that's Miles Morales right there in the corner. Where's my finger at? There it is, in the corner. All right, you still got the female Thor, Jane Foster. Oops, I might have spoiled that. You should have known that. I'm not apologizing for that. You should know that by now. So that's really cool. Now, Jason, y'all know, man crush on Jason Aaron. One of the, if not the best writer right now in comic books. This is his creator-owned project, The Goddamned. And you can see that shit is going to be bloody. And no one does Viking warrior badass better than Jason Aaron. So read his Thor run. You'll be glad you did. One of the best books out by DC right now, other than the Dark Sea War, like on their regular mainstream titles, Batman. So good. So good. Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo are going to go down as the premier team on one of the most iconic characters ever. Kudos to you guys. You fucking deserve it. Cheers, Greg, Scott. All right. Another incredibly great book, Darth Vader, number 12. Can't believe this issue's already on 12 issues. And again, let me say, Darth Vader is one of the most iconic villains of all time. Am I wrong? Prove it to me if I'm wrong. BlazingDefender.com. Go post why Darth Vader is not one of the most iconic villains of all time. Now, this was my problem with Vader, and this would be my argument. Why he's not as good as somebody like the Joker or somebody like that. He's just not vicious enough. Yeah, he force chokes some people. But let's be honest. He kind of bitched out when he found out Luke was his kid. Did he not? I think he did. He was pretty badass in the first one. Stuck it to Obi-Wan pretty good. But he just wasn't, I don't know, ruthless enough to be considered upper echelon. To me, this book changes all that. Vader is ruthless, destructive, calculating, manipulative. Awesome. I mean, I like 6 issues in, I was like, Vader's the baddest motherfucker there is. There's no villain better than Vader. Not after this book. Karen Gillan is killing this book. Vader is fucking top notch, man. That and Star Wars are my 2 favorite things right now. I'm a superhero guy. I'm a Star Wars guy. Don't get me wrong. That's my jam. But I'm a huge fan of these 2 books. If they're the only 2 books you buy, make it those 2. I want you to be happy because I'm going to buy everything anyway, so I don't give a shit. But I want you to be happy. If you get anything out of the show, Star Wars, Darth Vader. If you're a Star Wars fan, they're must-haves, guys. They're must-haves. If you've never read a comic book before, get the trades. It's a collection of the first 6, 7 issues. You'll love it. Next, Jeff Loeb, Tim Sales, Captain America White. It's basically World War II stories with Cap and Bucky. This book has been 10 years in the making, I guess, and now it's finally out. I'll be honest, it was slow starting. It's really started to pick up. Red Skull's made his introduction, and it's really getting good. I have not read these yet, so I'm very, very excited. Now, getting into the Battle World stuff. I was bitching earlier about Secret Wars. Well, hopefully this issue here, Thor telling somebody they're under arrest. I arrest these. What it should have said, right? Not you're under arrest. But hopefully that kind of sheds more light on why the Thor Corps is fighting each other. Because they're fighting each other in this Secret Wars book. And I want to know why. And it was the female Thor was involved. And I'm like, female Thor hasn't been even spoke about in Thor's book. So where the hell did she come from? So hopefully this kind of shines light on everything. But it's been one of my favorite Battle World books is the Thor. It's been a police story. It's been a crime drama. Really cool stuff. But I'm a big fan of the Thor's book, so I'm curious to write it. Now, I love me some Hyperion. Now, this is a Squadron Sinister. These are the bad guys. And this was a realm in Battle World where there were several different Squadron Supremes or Squadron Sinisters fighting for control of the area. Squadron Sinister basically won out, but they're all against each other. And it's Nighthawk basically manipulating everybody. And if you don't know who the Squadron Supreme is, I'll tell you who they are. They are the evil version of the Justice League. You got evil Batman, evil Wonder Woman, evil Flash, and, the Squadron Sinister is the evil versions. Squadron Supreme are good versions. So they're all kind of fighting each other. They're all backstabbing each other. It's really cool. Like I said, big fan of the Supremes. So this has been really good. Now, this is not a Battle World book. This is actually number 2 of the Doctor Strange. Okay? There is a number 1 of Doctor Strange who was killed in Secret Wars. So what the frick is he doing in his own book? I hope Secret Wars explains it, but it hasn't yet. We're already on issue 2. Do you see my conundrum here? And yes, points for conundrum. Cheers on that. All right. I have not read this yet, but it's Jason Aaron. Rockstar, Jason Aaron. So, curious to see that. Now, my last book that I bought this week was Ultimates number 1. Very, very. Now, you see Galactus in the background here? That's got me confused as well because Galactus in the Ultimate Universe was not big purple Galactus. This guy waving at you. Remember, the only show where Galactus wave at you. So I'm kind of curious on what's going on. I see Black Panther. Looks like T'Challa. I guess that's Fury in the middle. And then you've got Captain Marvel. So this is all different. Now, the Ultimate Universe was supposedly one of the universes that was destroyed. There should only be one universe left now. Well, is it Ultimate Universe, or is it just the Ultimate Team in our new universe? I don't know. I haven't read it. And again, Secret Wars isn't fucking finished. So I don't know how to answer that. But, man, I'm at an hour right now. But I've got to get through some of these questions. That's it for the reviews. So if you want to turn the video off, just make sure you subscribe as you do it. I need that, damn it. I need you to subscribe. I'm not asking you to subscribe. I want you to subscribe. Okay, there's a difference there. I hope you see that. All right, real quick. I tell you what, I'm gonna do 3 questions, and I'll save the next 3 for next week. All right, my first question from Rob _ Sazzy, SASSY on Twitter. He says, "How much do you spend on comic books a week?" Very good question, Robbie _ Sazzy. It depends. I try to keep it at $25. There's no way that I do that on a regular basis. Like I said, make your goal here and then fall way under it. And that's basically what I do. Last week I spent like $40. I've spent as much as $50. God, I hope my wife doesn't watch this podcast. And I don't think she does. So that's basically what I spend. Some weeks are more than others. Some weeks are less than others. The Battle World stuff made me spend a little bit more money. So, you know, I don't know. I try not to worry about it. So, but I do try to keep my titles down. And that's one of the reasons I have a rule. 3 issues. If you don't grab me, I'm out. Because like I said, dollars are still important. And, me and my wife like to travel and everything else. So every dollar matters. So basically between $25 and $40. Let's just say that. All right. The second question is, and I said you could ask me anything, and people did. Let me tell you. How much can you bench? And this is by Sally Jim Naughty. Sally Jim Naughty. And it's spelled just like you think it would be. At twitter.com. I've never done it just one time. And you're going to go, what? I get that all the time. How much you bench? Hey, man, how much you bench? Hey, dog, will you benching, dog? Will you lift? Will you lift? That's my favorite question. Will you lift? I don't know. What do you mean? I mean, I'll lift. I'm going to lift this drink. Cheers. I'm going to lift this suitcase. I mean, what do you mean? Weights, man. Weights. Will you lift? Doing what? Deadlifting, squatting, barbell curl? What are you talking about, man? Speak English, motherfucker. But I know what they're talking about. They mean bench. And I don't ever talk to people like that, by the way. I do it here because I can. But I haven't barbell benched in years. I have a bad wrist on my right hand, so getting the barbell in there, it's I can't be as strong as I can be. I basically use dumbbells, and I'm dealing with torn bicep right now, so I haven't flat benched anything in a long time. At least 12 weeks I haven't. But the day that I tore this, I used 140-pound dumbbells, and I did it 10 times easy. I actually dropped them because we have 160s, and I was going to go up to the 160s and see what I could do. And I've done those before at least 8 times. So my max, I don't know what it is. But maybe that gives you some. I'm semi-strong. I don't want to say strong because there's guys out there that weigh a lot less than me. They're a ton stronger than I am. So a lot of mine's cosmetic, and it's guys on the fire department say he's all show, no go. So that's the answer to that question. Now, the last question I'll do for the show is, does your wife read comics? By Sam J. Witt, W-I-T-T, at Twitter. No, she does not. She kind of acted like she wanted to, so I bought her Why the Last Man, which is basically a story about the last man that's alive. It's him and his monkey, and the monkey's a male also. And it's a world ran by it's kind of like a post-apocalyptic world, but it's ran by women. And the world, how it changed without men in it. Not that my wife's a big feminist or anything like that, but I thought it was really cool. It was kind of the guy at my comic shop, Doug. He kind of suggested it for my wife. I did buy the first trade, and I don't think she read it. I did not read it also, but but I wanted to. I'm really behind on reading some of my trades. So because I buy so many damn comic books each week. But no, she does not, is answered your question. But she loves the movies. She loved Guardians. Dark Knight Returns was one of her favorite movies of all time, she said. I was like, what? But she loved it. So even though I had problems with it, she loved it, which was great. So that's the great thing about the movies is they're bringing in everybody, all genres, all ages. It's great. Great time to be a nerd, guys. So with that, I will sign off, and Galactus is now waving goodbye to you. See, the only show where Galactus is going to wave goodbye to you at the end of the show. So I just want to say thank you, guys, for tuning in. Please like or subscribe. Please go to Facebook. Please go to Twitter. Please go to Instagram. Jesus Christ. I got all of it. Blazing Defender or Blazing Defender Report. You're going to find it. BlazingDefenderReport.com. Go there. That's my website domain. You can go there, check it out. My YouTube channel, Blazing Defender Report. You can see past episodes. And we're going to I got a lot more stuff coming, guys. A lot more stuff. I'm going to have some interviews with some artists. I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff with the Netflix launch of Jessica Jones. We're going to be talking about some of that stuff. From the Helicarrier Network, we're going to be doing some co-hosting with some other guys. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. So please, what I would tell you is you don't have to sit down and watch this show. I know some people have told me they do other shit and keep the show in the background. They listen to me. That's great. I'm going to, once we go to the Helicarrier Network, I'm going to have a web hosting page. So that way it can be uploaded on iTunes. So then you can just be in your car, plug me in, listen to my stupid shit. And then maybe find out what's going on in the world of comic books because you didn't have time to get your comic book shop. Or maybe you're just interested and you want to kind of stick your toe in and you want to see if the water's warm and you go, oh man, oh, that's too hot. And you put it on the cold water and you splash around, you put your toe back in and you go, man, that's pretty cool. You know, I think I'll get in. That's the kind of show I want to be. I want to be the tub and you're swishing the water around and you want to see if you want to dive in or not. I want to be that tub. Dive in, damn it. Dive in. Quit being scared. All right. With that, the Blazing Defender is out of here. And now back to your regular scheduled programming. Galactus waving goodbye. See you guys later. Peace.